Hey everybody, Dr. Eric Plasker here. Welcome to the 100-Year Lifestyle, and we are in Toscana's 100-Year Lifestyle land with Daniele from Villa Petriolo.
Petriolo.
Beautiful place, sustainable vacationing, beautiful environment, great food, great for people. So Daniele, he's going to give me a ride and tell us his story because it's a great story. Welcome everybody to the 100-Year Lifestyle, where we're committed to helping you and your loved ones live at 100% for 100 years and beyond. Dr. Eric Plasker here with my new friend Daniele from Villa Petriolo. We're here in beautiful Tuscany. Thank you for welcoming us to your home and your fantastic vacation spot, a getaway that you all must take.
No, welcome you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, we actually found Villa Petriolo because we wanted to get away and we wanted to find an organic, sustainable, 100-year lifestyle, values-oriented place to stay. And we found Villa Petriolo and generations of this lifestyle.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, Villa Petriolo is a system of a villa, a palazzo, let's say, and a farm together. Was invented by a beautiful mind, let's say, back in the days, in the 1500s. So at that time they wanted to create a getaway from a stinky, noisy and polluted city as was Florence in the 1500s, and find a corner of paradise like this in the countryside. But this corner of paradise should follow certain principles. So the principle of self-sufficient, self-sustainable, that could provide to people here everything in terms of mental healthness, physical supplies, raw material. So it was a microcosm, a sustainable microcosm. So nowadays what we are doing is trying to bring this idea to a upper level, to use the technology of the 21st century applied to a value of 1500 century.
Well, what's amazing to me, what I notice is that it is, number one, it's working. You make it look so easy and simple. I know that takes a lot of work to make things look very simple and easy, but it is working. It's clean, it's delicious, it's fresh air. The water is pure, clean. The food fantastic. The opportunity to walk, to be outside, to exercise inside if you want to, and so let's talk about the food and the water a little bit, because I think that we've had probably a little too much wine, being honest here, and in the States I would feel terrible. I don't feel terrible. I feel refreshed, and I'm sure that's not from the wine. It's probably more from the air and the water, but I don't feel like it's harming me.
Yeah.
Talk about the food and the water.
Yes. Thank you for asking. So the key words is organic, and so what we are doing here, everything is organic and inside a system. So what we do with our vineyards, it's exactly what we do with our vegetable garden, with our botanic garden, with our animals, with our bees, with our trees. So it's all inside a system who is a system of multi-product farm, small production, organic, inside, as you see, an environment which is very natural. So the landscape is the same landscape that we were having here in the 1500s, and there is a reason why the landscape is in this shape, because here we're trying to have a balance between the nature, the humans, and the animals. So the key words is balance, because balance is another word for sustainability. You know, so where is sustainability, there is balance. So this balance give to the landscape a biodiversity who helps all the agriculture production to be more healthy and more healthy for our body.
How do you find over time, because you say this is an idea that, was here in the 1500s in
Yes.
this way. What are some of the technologies that you see that you have to bring in here, and what are some of the technologies that are being sold to us that are not good?
Yeah, so let's start with the good ones. So before you were talking about water. Water is life, that's for sure. The earth is going to have a serious water problem supply in the future. Just already in the present, but in the future is going to be more and more a very big issue. So what we do here is to be smart for the planet, smart for ourselves. So as I told you before, we are organic sustainable resort. Okay, so farm is one soul, and the resort is another one. So the resort, as it is producing a lot of waste. Okay, so waste management is another big issue of the world. So in terms of water, to be a resort, to have pools, to have restaurants, to have suites, luxury suites, produce a lot of water waste. So what we do here is to transform this water waste into a precious resource water. So we have created, thanks to the 21st century technology, a very important treatment plant, purification plant, where we treat all the wasting water from the resort and transform into a purified water that we use in the crops, in the irrigation system, and in the agriculture field. So this is one example, but probably the example how to be at the same time a luxury project and a sustainable project. Because back in the days before COVID, we were thinking that we cannot be luxury and sustainable at the same time, because being luxury means to waste a lot of resource and to use, to don't be sustainable at the end of the story. So today we are proving that yes, we can be sustainable and luxury at the same time. On the other hand, we are not using the 21st invention in terms of chemical fertilizer and chemicals in general, but we respect the soil, we respect the nature, to just give back to the nature what we are taking, and this is leading us again to the balance, bigger balance. So here we are in Italy, so it's the country of pasta, bread and pizza. So these three things are made out of this. This is grain, okay? And in Italy we have more than 60 different type of grains. So a different type of grain was used for a different type of soil. As you can see here, this is one grain, it's called Senatore Cappelli, and this grain is good for clay soil like this is. And as you can see, this is fully organic, so instead to have just a field of pure grain, we have a lot of different herbs and plants in between. This is reducing the amount of grain you get from one field, but this is increasing very high. But the next year is going to be left in the natural way to regenerate for 1 year without planting anything inside, and the third year we are going to plant leguminous as chickpeas or beans to get back to the soil the nutrients that they can extract again from the soil. That's an example of regenerative agriculture, because we don't steal too much resources from the field, but we let the soil to regenerate itself with the nature, with the circle of nature.
And how much pesticide do you use on here?
Zero.
Zero.
That's zero pesticides. The production is half of the production of the genetic modified grain, but the nutrients inside is 10 times more in terms of vitamins, mineral salt, protein, and everything else. So actually, we get more.
10 times higher nutrients,
Yeah.
zero poison.
Zero poison.
Love that. You know, we have a soil problem in the United States, very bad. Even if you buy organic in the States, you're not getting the nutrients. Organic has pretty much lost its meaning in the States. It's been overtaken by all the political insanity that we have over there, and it's, in many cases, the nutrients have been washed out of the food, and so we have a malnutrition problem. We have a microbiome destruction problem. The microbiome of the soil has been destroyed. And so to be able to sustain that here, I think it's why we've been eating and enjoying all the fruits of your labor and feel fantastic.
Thank you.
So talk about politically here. I'm just curious, do you get support from your government?
So in terms of agriculture, so let's talk about agriculture, because we are a farm at the end of the day. You know, in terms of agriculture, if you take care of the land and if you do organic production in Italy, you are supported by the government. So the government helps us and give us money, you know, like cash money, to keep doing the organic production. And organic here in Italy is different than in US. You know, we are not allowed to use any chemical. And then and this is what the government do, then help us to keep having like local species of animals. For example, for instance, here we are breeding one Tuscan sheep that probably you have tried, one Tuscan pigs, where out of them we produce our own charcuterie and cold canned salami.
Delicious. Oh my gosh, like nothing you've ever tasted. Because the charcuterie in the States, you have to pay a lot of money to get clean charcuterie, and it's still not clean. The taste is so different. You talked about when we sat down for dinner the other night, the fat and the meat and the blend of that. I thought that was very interesting. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's because now we need to do another difference between what is just organic and what is regenerative agriculture. Because regenerative agriculture is not listed right now in the regulation, in the law, but is what we're trying to do here. For us, regenerative agriculture means that the vegetable, the animals, they are connected with all the system. So now we are going into the farm. So let's go to see how the animal happiness can lead to a very super quality food. And so there is no need to be vegetarian if you grow a very high quality meat. We are using the forest as a living resource, because usually in the farm people are using the forest to get the wood to burn into the fireplace. But instead of getting wood from the forest, we use the forest as a living resource. So we put our animal inside the forest, and the forest provides itself food, nutrients, and a healthy environment for our own livestock. Now we are seeing how the sheep are living in Villa Petriolo. So sheep are not hidden somewhere in some corner of the property, but they are right in front of the rooms, and we don't hide
how we treat the animal. So the animal are part of the operation, and we give them the best life we can, because if we grow them into a natural environment and with a very high level of animal happiness, they gave us back the best meat ever. So, for instance, usually people don't like very much the meat of the lamb or the sheep, because they say that the meat has a strong taste. But has a strong taste because in the normal sheep farm, they grow the sheep inside a big stable, super crowded. So they are living and sleeping over their own pee. Our sheep, they are living in the nature. They're sleeping in the grass.
They're clean.
Yeah, they're very, very clean.
They're very clean.
And you can notice that in it.
Love how you have kept everything in the front and the back very clean, very sustainable, and very healthy. So who's our friend here with the sheep?
He's Torino. Is one of the shepherd dog. We do a natural farming, so we keep the dogs together with the sheep to create a safe environment for the animals. Now we're going to see how we do prosciutto, the ham.
Which I just had some. It's amazing.
They are Cinta Senese pig. This special breed. It's we have there is a fresco in Siena dated 1327, so almost 800 years ago. In this fresco there is one farmer walking with one of these pigs on a leash, and is exactly like that, black with a white stripe. So there is historical references of this pig 800 years ago. So it's one of the oldest European pigs breed, species. And as we care about our heritage, so we are farming these very special pigs.
So this is the pig farm back here, correct?
Yeah, this is the nursery of the pig farm, is where the female give birth. So we have 5 females that are giving birth to almost around 110 pigs per year. So our production is not a massive production, but is a super quality production, because our pigs, they born in the forest, grow in the forest, and live up to 15 months. That could be few in general, but if you think about that, in the industrial farming of pigs, they kill the pigs at 8 months. So we give them the double of the life, which is give them, which lead to a very high level of animal happiness. Also because they are always living in a natural environment. This is all organic. Actually, we are one of the 2 in all Tuscany to do organic meat, because it's let's say easy to do organic olive oil, organic wine, organic crops, but it's very, very difficult to do organic meat, especially pigs. So it's cost a lot.
We farm the animals inside the forest, and we use the forest as one of our partner. And as a partner, we need to pay respect to them. So to give to the forest what the guest, I mean the animals inside, can get to the forest in return, because the animals helps the forest to be clean, to fertilize, and but they should stay with the partner, with the forest, not for more than 8 months continuously. Otherwise, they are stealing much resources, and the whole balance project is ruining.
So you move them.
Yes.
You move them.
We
And you rotate the crops, and where you...
Yeah, we rotate the crops, we rotate the forest, the animals, and we use the waste. As we use the waste, the water waste, we use the waste of the animals to fertilize, the vegetable garden. So everything is connected in the system. So this is regenerative agriculture, because the waste of one side of the project is creating the resource for another, and it's all connected. So we are not treating the agricultural product as an industrial product. That's not what we do, because if you treat a tomato, if you think a tomato, you need to be sure what's inside this tomato, because it's important for your body, you know. So for us, it's not about how much it costs, how much we get from the tomato, but it is about this tomato is following the same principle that we are telling to our guests. So that's what's really matters.
And what's interesting about the tomatoes here, they actually taste like tomatoes.
You want a tomato?
I would love a tomato. It tastes like a tomato.
Yeah.
Like a tomato's supposed to taste.
For a reason.
It's really interesting, and what I appreciate is that I think in the more industrialized cultures that people feel like the conveniences that they have in those cultures are giving them something that they would truly miss if they didn't have them, when the reality of it is you've been brainwashed for so long and your taste buds have been pretty much confused for so long that so many of us, we don't even know what food is. We don't even know what it's like to, you know, to be nourished and to go to the bathroom. You know, it's really interesting. We talk a lot in our profession, chiropractic. I know you see a chiropractor here in Italy, that you have an innate intelligence. There is a universal intelligence. You work in harmony with universal and innate intelligence. You have that balance, strike that balance, function with you remove the interference, you can express your full potential for a lifetime. And here we have generations, centuries of evidence that it's not actually compromising, it's actually supportive of a much better quality of life. And so I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I want to add a little things. We are, you know, in terms of nutrition, you know, we spoken a lot about the Mediterranean diet, you know, but Mediterranean diet wasn't invented by human. So Mediterranean diet was invented by nature. So actually, it's means to follow the seasonal growing, you know, and to respect the circle of life. So in the Mediterranean diet, we are not vegan or just vegetarian, but we don't eat as much as red meat as we do today, because what we do today is about the taste. It's not about the circle of nature and the seasons, you know. So in the Mediterranean diet is just following what the nature and the season is giving us, and respecting the season, and don't be greedy, because if the nature give you tomato 3 months a year, so trust the nature and eat tomato 3 months a year, which is in the other months the nature itself is giving you other fruits or vegetable with the vitamin C and other nutrients inside, as good as the tomato. But let the tomato, you know, to grow again in the following year, you know, and we don't need to be that greedy.
Well said, beautiful. And so we have a lot. We're kind of kindred spirits. We share a lot in common. And I notice you have a green book.
Yeah.
In our industry, chiropractors, we have volumes of green books. They're called. You have a green book.
Yes.
So as we wind down, so that we can get to our next tour, and you can get to work, tell us some of the things that are in your green book that you think would be valuable for our audience to know as they are striving to live at 100% for 100 years and beyond, living their ideal 100-year lifestyle, raising their family that way.
Our green book is the manifesto of our commitment to sustainability. But when we talk about sustainability, till now we have talked about environmental sustainability, but there is another part that we haven't spoken yet, and is the social sustainability. You know, to provide an authentic heritage project as this, you need to have a hyper local staff. So to involve in this project,
Hyper local.
locals. You know, locals, when you're in Italy, you think that locals are Italians. So in here, you're not finding just Italians. You find people from Tuscany, from this very area, working here, bringing ahead our tradition, because they stay here, they are living here, they pay taxes here, which is important, and they are proud to live in this area, to work in this project, because when they talk with you that you come here from far, they are so proud to telling you in Italian, even if you don't understand Italian, how it's beautiful to do what we are doing, because it's important to support the nature, to support the environment, but at the same time to support a local community, because as now we are going back to the beginning, balance, you know, because a community is inside an area, you know, and it's important to create a balance between our community and our landscape and our place.
Balance is a beautiful word, as we say in the 100-Year Lifestyle. When you're out of balance, you're broke. Thank you, my friend Daniele, for
Thank you very much.
entertaining us at this beautiful Villa Petriolo in Tuscany, and for the stand that you take for what you do in the world. It's an example for all of us, showing us that you can do it with a smile, that you can do it local, community, impact the world, and have a fantastic life for yourself and your family as well. So it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Come visit this beautiful place. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you soon.